Imagine walking through a forgotten cemetery before the sun has even risen. At first, everything seems completely normal, until you notice something that shouldn't exist. Dozens of graves, each covered with a heavy stone hood. They weren't damaged. They were built this way on purpose. But why? That question has puzzled visitors for more than a century. Hidden among the rolling hills of eastern Pennsylvania lies the quiet town of Catawissa. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary American town where life moves quietly from one day to the next. Just beyond its quiet street stands an old cemetery that seems no different from countless others across America. Visitors usually expect to find rows of ordinary gravestones and a peaceful place to remember the past. But within moments, something unusual catches their attention. Instead of ordinary monuments, they discover graves protected by massive stone hoods. Many of these remarkable monuments have stood here for well over 100 years. Today, people travel from across the country to see these extraordinary graves not because of who is buried here, but because no one can fully explain why these mysterious stone hoods were ever built. To understand these unusual graves, we have to travel back to the 19th century. During the 1800s, Catawissa was a growing community where families placed great importance on honoring the dead. Many of the families buried here were among the town's most respected and financially successful citizens. Creating these monuments required highly skilled craftsmen who shaped every piece entirely by hand. Every detail demanded patience, precision, and weeks of careful labor. Even placing the heavy stone hood required teamwork and remarkable engineering for its time. Funerals during the Victorian era often reflected a family's social standing as much as their grief. Memorials were designed not only to honor loved ones, but also to leave a lasting legacy for future generations. Compared to ordinary gravestones, these hooded monuments required far more materials, labor, and craftsmanship. As a result, only families with considerable financial resources could afford monuments like these. But if these monuments represented wealth and respect, why were they built in such an unusual way? That question still remains unanswered. One of the most widely accepted theories is surprisingly practical. Some historians believe the stone hoods were designed to protect fragile inscriptions from rain and harsh weather. Over decades of changing seasons, the extra protection may have helped preserve these monuments for future generations. While this explanation